Learn how to create Azure CLI extensions in this episode of Azure Tips and Tricks. Azure CLI extensions enable you to add functionality to the Azure CLI. Let's create one. We need a couple of things to start with. First, we need a local installation of the Azure CLI. You can get an installation package from this website. The URL is included in the description of this video. This can take a while, so I'll speed up the video. The Azure CLI is available for Windows and also for macOS and Linux. It's truly cross-platform. And it's even open source, so you can tinker with it if you want. There we go. We'll use that later. We also need Python to be installed, because CLI extensions are created in Python. You can get that here. This is also available for all platforms. And in Windows, it's important to click this, so that Python is added to the path. Alright, there it goes, and again I'll speed it up, and that's it. We'll start by creating a folder structure. I've already done that. This folder contains the extension. It has two files in it, a setup.py file, which is a Python file, and a setup.config file. It also has an AZ text tips extension folder. The last part of the folder name should match your extension name. And in that folder there should be an init.py file. Alright, so let's open these folders with Visual Studio Code, my favorite editor. In here we need to install an extension to be able to use Python. That's this one. Let's install it. And after that we reload the editor. Look how fast it is. And I'm running this on Windows, but you can also run VS Code on macOS and Linux. So now that I have the Python extension installed, I need to select an interpreter for Python. This enables IntelliSense and other editor features. Alright, one last thing. Let's open a Python terminal. And from here I'll install the wheel extension with this command. We need Python wheel to compile the extension into a wheel file. This is a package format that the CLI uses for extensions. That's it. Let's edit the files. First up is setup.py. Here I'll paste in this code. This sets up all of the metadata for the extension, like the extension name and description. Next is setup.cfg. That should have this code in it, which helps us to build the actual wheel package. And finally, we go to the init.py file. Here we go. This now contains the actual code for the extension. This is the functionality. In this case, the extension will interpret the words gimme and tips. And when it sees those words, it fires the showTips URL method, which prints this line of text. And that's it. Now I need to save the changes to the files, which I can do here. And now I open the terminal again so that we compile the code. We do that with this command. And there it goes. Let's see. We now have a dist folder. And in there is a WHL file, which is the wheel package that contains the extension. Let's try it out. Here we are in the Azure CLI that we've installed earlier. This is running on my local machine. First, we need to install the extension. You can do that just like adding any other extension with the extension add command. But now we point to the source, which is at this local path. And there we go. Yes. So now when I type azgimmetips, I get this back, the complete list of Azure tips and tricks. Cool, right? Azure CLI extensions are really powerful, and it is easy to create one yourself. Go and try it out.